smile in the same language. When you smile, you bring a ray of light into the life of others. So, children, always keep smiling. Good morning, student, and welcome to a very fine morning with a big smile. So, in, so in this video, we'll be starting up with Geography, Chapter 5, that is Precipitation. So, in this video, we'll be dealing with Introduction and Precipitation. Let's see some introduction part of precipitation. 70.8% part of the Earth's surface is full of water. The distribution of this water is very uneven. At some places, the water storage is limited while it is ample at other places. We experience the different forms of condensation as shown above, and this forms of condensation occurs due to water vapors in the atmosphere. As the atmospheric condition changes, we see changes in the form of condensation. On winter morning we find dew. In areas located at higher altitude, snowfall occurs, while it rains in the other places. Some places experience dense fog, while some experience hailstones suddenly and face crop destructions. Water fall in the solid or liquid state from the clouds to the ground. Snow, hailstones, rainfall are major forms of precipitations. Let's see forms of precipitation. First one is snow. Snow is a form of ice. Snow forms when water in the atmosphere becomes frozen. At the freezing point of water, snow melts and becomes liquid water. Sometimes the snow will melt very fast and become water vapor. Hail. Hail is a type of precipitation or water in the atmosphere. Hail is formed when drops of water freezes together in the cold upper region of thunderstorm clouds. These chunks of ice are called hailstones. Most hailstones measure between 5 millimeter and 15 centimeters in diameter and can be round or jagged. Rainfall. Rain is a kind of precipitation. Precipitation is any kind of water that falls from the cloud in the sky, like rain, hail, or snow. It is measured by rain gang. Cloud will often observe smoke to create rain, commonly referred to as nature's laundry. Due to this process, so snow capped mountains and frozen lake. There is a difference between ice and snow in areas located at higher altitude and high latitudes where the temperature are below 0 degrees Celsius. Precipitation occurs in the form of snow. Snow is friable and opaque. This snow accumulates in the form of layer on the top of each other. Because of the pressure from the upper layers, the lower layer of the snow becomes homogeneous, massive, and transparent. Massive transparent snow formed in such a way is called ice. When temperature drops below freezing point, a layer of ice forms on lake's surface and the layer floats on the surface of reservoirs. This ice is not related to snowfall directly. You can see in the figure, children, it is very clearly shown. It's a frozen lake. So in this video, we have seen introduction part of precipitation. We have seen forms of precipitation. Children, in the next video, we'll be dealing with snow and hail. They are also form of precipitation, but we'll deal in detail with snow and hail. Continue with your eye exercise before starting up with your next video. When someone is rude, keep a smile on your face. When you keep your joy, you take away their power. Good morning, student. Welcome to today's next video. In the last video, we have discussed about introduction, forms of precipitation, and in this video, we'll be dealing with snow and hail children. Let us discuss about snow now. When the temperature in the atmosphere falls below the freezing point, water vapors directly turn into snowflakes. This is called sublimation. Here, the vapors in the form of gas transform into solid snow. Precipitation in the form of solid particles of snow is known as snowfall. In high altitudinal and temperatural regions, snowfall occurs at the mean sea level, while in tropical areas, snowfall occurs at the places located higher than snow line altitude. As snow is in its solid form, it does not flow like water. Layers of snow get deposited. When the snow accumulates on a large scale, then the transport and communication system of the area collapses. People living in those regions have to protect themselves from frostbite. When the snow melts, the region gets water. Let's discuss about hail now. When there is a lot of heat on the Earth's surface, the upward air flow blows at a greater speed. Because of this upward flow, the temperature of the air reduces and the condensation of water vapor takes place. Dark clouds are formed because of the upward movement of air. These water droplets go to a higher altitude. Here, solidification of these droplets occur and hailstones are formed. As hailstones are heavy, they fall towards the ground, but because of frequent upward flow of air, they are repeatedly taken upwards. Here, a new layer of snow encapsulates the hail. This happens quite a few times. Hence, concentric layers are formed while the hail grow in size. These big heavy hailstones fall rapidly to the ground because of gravity. We call the precipitation of this type as hail showers. Because of hail, crops may get destroyed and loss of life and property may also occur. Hail occurs in summers in India, Africa, and some parts of Southeast Asia. Hails do not occur in equatorial areas because of heat in the atmosphere. Hails do not occur in cold zones because of lack of upward flow. We can see in the picture that students are doing some experiment. Let's see what experiment the students are doing. Take the container with a metal lid, remove the lid, hit the lid on the upper side at a number of points with nails and hammer. Fill 1/3 of container with steamed water. It should not be boiled, student. Now put the lid on the container and close it tightly. Take care that steam in the container should not go out. On the lid, put ice cubes, handful of rock salt, and little water. Now see children what happens after doing all this. As the vapors in the container is light, it travel upward. As the lid is tightly closed, the vapor cannot escape because of the ice cubes above the lid. Condensation of vapor occurs. Consequently, water droplets form from the vapor accumulated on the inner side of the lid because of the punches on the lid. These droplets gather together and fall down as drops during rainfall. Similar process happens in the atmosphere on a large scale. So children, in this video we have discussed about the snow and hail in detail. In the next video we'll be dealing with rainfall. Continue with your eye exercise children before starting up with your next video. Mind is a beautiful servant but a dangerous master. Good morning, student. Welcome to today's next video. In the previous video, we have discussed about snow and hail. In this video, children will be dealing with rainfall. We have three types of rainfall: convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, and cyclonic rainfall. Let's see about rainfall now. We generally get water in the form of rainfall. The temperature of the air with water vapor reduces when it goes higher. Condensation of vapor occurs. Cloud form when the condensed water droplets and dust particles accumulate. The water droplet increase in size when they cannot float in the air anymore. Because of their weight, they come down as rainfall. Convectional rainfall. In equatorial areas, the surface gets heated because of the sun's heat, and the air near it also get heated. As it gets heated, it spread and become lighter and moves upward. The air cool down when it goes upward. The moisture holding capacity of cold air is less. Consequently, condensation of the water vapor occurs and rainfall occurs. In equatorial areas, such a type of rainfall occurs almost daily in the afternoon. Rainfall is accompanied by lightning and thunder. The Congo Basin of the Africa and the Amazon Basin in the South America experience convectional rainfall. Such a rainfall occurs in very limited areas in the world. Orographic rainfall. Winds coming from the lakes or seas are moisture laden. They are obstructed by the high mountain ranges coming in their way. They start going upwards along the slope of mountains. The temperature of these winds drop and condensation occurs and rainfall takes place. Thus, because of the obstruction of the mountain, this type of rainfall occurs. The windward side of the mountains get more rain. Amount of vapor in the air reduces after crossing the mountain, and the moisture holding capacity of the air increases. The leeward side of the mountain gets lesser rainfall, and hence this area is identified as rain shadow area. The effect of monsoon rainfall is important. When we think of the Indian subcontinent, we have studied this in the previous standard. The rainfall occurring in India because of this wind is orographic type rainfall. Cyclonic rainfall. Cyclonic rainfall. Cyclone is a specific air formation when the pressure at an area is less than the surrounding regions. This is called cyclone. Air from the surrounding region come towards the center of cyclone and starts moving upward. As it rises, the temperature of the air reduces, condensation occurs, and rainfall takes place. It rains in area over which the cyclone passes. Cyclonic rainfall occurs more in temperate zones, and cyclone areas is also quite extensive. Comparatively, cyclonic rainfall occurring in tropical region is limited in extent, and it is stormy in nature. Orographic rainfall occurs in most of the part of the world. Convectional rainfall in the regional is nature. There is certainty in the convectional rainfall occurring in the equatorial areas. Comparatively, orographic and cyclonic rainfall are less certain, and therefore such areas are prone to very heavy rainfall, floods, and droughts frequently. So we have seen about rainfall. In that, we have seen three types: convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, and cyclonic rainfall. In the next video, children will be dealing with rain gag and fog, dew, and frost. Before starting up with the next video, continue with your eye exercise, children. Don't wait for a perfect movement. Take the movement and make it perfect. Good morning, student. Welcome to a very fine morning. Hope so all are safe and healthy. So, we have already started up with Geography, Chapter 5, that is Precipitation. And today we are towards the end of this chapter. In the last video, we have discussed about rainfall. In that, we have seen three types: convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, and cyclonic rainfall in detail. In this video, we'll be dealing with rain gag and fog, dew, and frost. Some points to remember, children. The factor which affect the amount of rainfall in a region are the amount of water vapors in the atmosphere, air pressure, and temperature. The topography and latitudinal position of a place also affects its rainfall. Rain gag. The instrument that is used to measure rainfall is called rain gag. The funnel that is used in the rain gag has a specific diameter. The rain falling in this funnel is collected in a bottle fitted in the gag. The collected water is then measured with the help of measuring jar. In areas of heavy rainfall, the reading of the rain is taken every 3 hours. The measuring jar reads in millimeters. The gag is kept in an open ground on a 30 centimeter high flat mount. Hence, the rainwater is collected without any obstruction. Fog, dew, and frost. When the condensation or solidification of the water vapor in the atmosphere occurs near the Earth's surface, then we can see fog, dew, or frost. The temperature of the layers of the air near the surface of the Earth reduces. As temperature reduces, water vapor condenses. In this process, vapor turns into microscopic water particles and float in the air. When the density of this droplet in the air increases, fog occurs. When moisture laden air near the Earth's surface comes into contact with very cold objects, condensation of the vapor takes place. They turn into very small water droplets. This water droplets stick to the surface of cold object. This is called dew. If the temperature of the air is less than 0 degrees Celsius, the water droplets stuck to the surface of cold objects freeze. This frozen water droplet is called as frost. Dew and frost occur on a large scale in winters. So children, in this video we have discussed about rain gag and fog, dew and frost. In the next video children will be dealing with effects of precipitation and acid rain. Children, continue with your eye exercise before starting up with the next video. Always be safe and be healthy children, and especially don't move out of your houses. Be at your home. Take care children. The six best doctors are sunshine, water, rest, air, exercise, and diet. Children, today, according to the conditions, we should have all these six doctors and specially work on your diet. Good morning, student. Welcome to today's next video. We are towards the end of Geography, Chapter 5, that is Precipitation. In the last video, we have discussed about rain gag, fog, dew and frost. In this video, children will be dealing with effects of precipitation and acid rain. Effects of precipitation. The main source of potable water available on earth is precipitation. As Excessive rainfall is destructive, so is the absence of rain. Flood may occur because of heavy rainfall causing loss of life and property. If precipitation does not take place, then condition of drought arise. There is shortfall of food and food may have been imported. Farmers' condition become grave. A country's economy gets affected. Economy of an agrarian country like India is dependent on agriculture. Agriculture in India to a large extent is dependent on monsoons. Hence, the rainfall is important to the whole country. A good rainfall at right time increases crop production while un- untimely rain can cause damage to the crops. The rainfall in India is quite erratic. Visibility reduces because of high dense fog. It affects the means of transportation like roads, railways, waterways and airways. Accidents may take place in such conditions. Train, flight, and other transport service may have to be cancelled. Frost is harmful to crops and causes accident if spread on the road. Fog and dew damage some crops by spreading disease, while it may be beneficial to some crops. Acid rains. Because of air pollution in industrial areas, various gases get mixed in the air. Different acids are created when the water vapors in the air reacts chemically with these gases, such as nitric acid, sulfuric acid, etc. Precipitation of water with dissolved acid reach the ground. Such rainfall is called as acid rain. This rain are harmful to the living organisms as well as the non-living object. So, children, let's have some more information. How much of water does 1 millimeter of rain means? If we do not let 1 millimeter of rain water move as runoff, penetrate in the ground or evaporate, then how much water can be accumulated? Let's understand this by one small example. If 1 millimeter rainfall occurs over 1 square kilometer area, then we get 10 lakh liters of water from it. So this was about how much water does 1 millimeter of rain means. Then how is snowfall measured? Snowfall can also be measured with the help of rain gang. For, for this, the container full of ice particle is heated carefully to melt the snow. Then the water obtained is measured. A layer of 120 millimeter of ice is equivalent to 10 millimeter of rainfall. So children, in this video we have discussed about effects of precipitation and acid rain. Children, continue with your eye exercise before starting up with the next video. Have a good day children.